This is what I gotta say to sons of a bitch. I ain't interested in y'all. There's nothing good about a son of a bitch. They think they're entitled. They'll try to beat you down. They expect you to walk, talk, and act for them because that's what their mother has taught them. That they can run all over you and get what they want. The daughters of men are the same way. They're prideful. They act just like their fathers. You can tell them because they walk and talk and act just like their fathers that came before them. They don't carry the heart of Christ. They might wear the clothes of religion, but they're daughters of men. And what they do is they group together with sons of a bitch, and the daughters of men come together to come against the hearts of Christ and try to tell them to serve and be for them and, put them in their place and group them together, and they sow discord. And I say to both of them, I ain't for y'all. I don't want anything to do with y'all. Others may want y'all. They might want a taste of your table and eat of your poison and toxic. However, me, no. Y'all have no love to give. And others might play your game over and over again and boo-hoo because they can't have what they want of you. But I don't want anything of you because you got no love to give. And that's what I've always told the sons of a bitch, is that I'm not interested in their trucks or their cars or their titles. I'm not interested in, being their accessory, Daughters of men are. That's why they have made such a power couple over, a certain time. However, tides change. And when the tides change, they drowned sons of bitch and daughters of men. I carry the heart of Christ. And for a long time, my kind has just been ran over, beat down. I've been, told that I have to do this and do that and act a certain way and put on a show. And when I've went through abuse and, I was beat down, and bullied, I was just told that, that I should pray about it and that, whatever, nothing was ever done. What is happening now, I can't even say coming, but happening now, is just those sons of a bitch and daughters of men getting exactly what's coming to them. Their karmic cycle. They're reaping what they've sowed. And all those that have followed in their path and done, have grouped together with them in their popularity contest or in their politics or religion, are just going to eat of that table. When the rod comes down, the sheep do scatter. They do, because they don't know what the fuck's going on, because they think that, their entitlement, they think that nothing can, come against them, because they've honestly built themselves up as gods, and they don't think anything can come against them. And once things start coming against them, and they realize that they're not protected or sheltered as they thought they were, then, their whole world starts to crumble, and they just can't fucking take it no more. And of course, when it comes to dark and light, and those are the heart of Christ, those with the heart of Christ will get right. I don't care if they want to talk shit about me. They will get right, or they're going to get their ass beat every step of the way until they get back on their fucking line. And y'all know who you are. Y'all can sit there and talk shit about me. I know you do. You can sit there and try to come against my bed. Try to chew holes and, who I am, or, drag up past experiences. I tell y'all what. I know who I am. I own my shit. And I know that who I was in my walk, I've grown from that. I don't sit there and, try to blame it on anything else. I'm like, yeah, I did that. I did that. I got the t-shirt. I owned it. I'm not walking in pride. Been there, done that, got the fucking t-shirt, and I cleaned out my closet of those clothes because I was shown, that my behavior was bad. I reaped my karma. I reaped what I sow. Believe me, I'm not blameless in this world, and I was set apart. And every time I tried to get off my path, I had my ass whooped. I didn't get away with shit. And I say to those out there, nothing goes unseen, unheard, nothing. It's just some get a longer leash. I didn't really have that privilege. I was just trying to find my place in this world, and then I was shown that I don't have a fucking place in this world. And it saddened me a little bit because, I didn't have any friends. I didn't have, I didn't have that support group. I was on my fucking own until I learned. And then once I sit there and, settled down and, stopped going against truth and stopped trying to play the devil's game, I stopped reaping disaster. And, even though I call out to those I love, I get punished for that. I'm like, I do. Even when I try to text or call, I have that backlash from those and they're, it is what it is. I don't hunk rocks at them, but I try to, speak with them in love, and then I get a backlash, and then, I cry out, and, all the Spirit tells me is, leave them the fuck alone. And I'm like, so I've had to break that habit of trying to, communicate or be around those that are toxic for me. And it wasn't easy. It is not easy to sit there and, just shut doors and windows to those that you love so much. But if they're toxic for you, if they're not for you, they're not for you. It's the same principle as loving a rattlesnake. You can love that fucking snake. However, it is not for you. It's a poisonous fucking snake. And it's only a matter of time before it fucking bites you and releases poison. And that's like with my, daughter. I was shown that she's a scorpion, and she keeps on stinging me. And, every time I see a scorpion, I finally texted her, and I was like, fucking stop sending your venom to me, because I know she's sending venom. I know that she's, sending that spirit to me. And finally, I let go of everything. I removed the bed that I had made for her. I did. I stopped catering to that. I had bought her some things to put on the bed and stuff like that, things that I knew she liked, and I bagged all that shit up, and it's going to the Goodwill. As for the bed I made for my son, it's going to be broken down, and I'm going to make me a little kitchenette. I'm not inviting their spirits to me anymore because they're not for me. And I say to those that still hang on, and I know you do because I did, I hung on, and I went through hell trying to, build myself up for them, and I put myself through hell, hell. I hoarded myself out. I took on jobs that were fucking laborious and unkind, and it was hard on me, my body. I was out in the heat just trying to, make that money, and all it did was that money burn up, and there was no appreciation. Even when I got sick and I got down and I was living out of my fucking car, I would sit there and go work so I could get, a hotel room, a good one, so I could go get my kids and, take them swimming and stuff like that. And they were older, and they didn't show any appreciation. It was just like, and after, I had done those little things with them, they didn't call or text or anything like that. And it's always been like that. It's like they don't show any attention or whatever unless you got some money to give. At least something's coming from you. And after you have nothing to give, then they don't pay no mind, pay no attention. And it is what it is. And, they are who they are. And there's nothing I can do about that. And, I'm not going to condemn or judge them for that. I'm just saying they don't have the heart of Christ. They don't walk in love. Or they don't demonstrate that. My daughter used to, I used to be really proud of her because she would show kindness and consideration and compassion towards others, that were different, that were, she would volunteer to be helpful. And of course my son's always been quiet and to himself, and I understood that because as a child I was, I didn't want to be around others. I was shy, and I did my best when they were children to set their rooms up and pick out activities that would help them grow. And that's why I don't understand anything of why they're acting like they are. They are they're basically sheep, a part of a wicked generation, another wicked generation after generation of wickedness of man and their kind. I'm kind of disturbed that they're acting like everybody else, and not as in they're doing the same experiences and stuff, but just their hearts. They have nothing for me, and I'm their mother. And, that's why I'm like, why? And they're acting just like their father acted towards me, like that I was just there to serve them. So I say to the sons of a bitch and daughters of men, you have no love for your mother, and, you are fatherless. Because they are fatherless. They might have came from the seed of men. However, they are fatherless when it comes to true law, justice, wisdom, kindness. They don't fear true God. I'm not talking about the gods of men. I'm talking about the true God, the spirit that's inside them. They don't have any recognition of the spirit. They're really good at being deceptive. My daughter's really good about, telling people what they want to hear to get what they want. And, I dabbled in that a little bit. However, I was never comfortable in misleading others to get what I want. But you know what? It is what it is. And I'm not against my children in any way. Well, those that popped out my vagina. I wouldn't say they're my children because they don't act like my children. Of course, they're adults, but I still, think of, how I have treated my mom over the years. And it hasn't been a perfect relationship, but I always have had concern and compassion and love for her. It's just, she's always just shut me out, and she put her son over me. She catered to him, and and that caused a lot of animosity. So I say to those out there, I understand when, if you're not the favorite child or even the child that was wanted. Like, I was unwanted. The reason why my stepdad and mom wanted me around is because of they got, for income tax purposes and things like that. Like, it's always been negative. That's why I'm like, when springtime comes, I'm out of here. And I've been appreciative and grateful for, the help I've received while I've been here. But I've also received help from others as I've given help. But that doesn't mean I want to stay in this situation. And, as for Texas, I say to Texas, I'm tired of your stinging ants. I'm tired of your wasps. I'm tired of your climate. I'm tired of everything fucking about you. So once I step out of Texas, it will catch fire. And it will burn all over the fucking place. And you know what? I don't care anymore. I don't care. Because I'm not here to serve Texas. And Texas throws me a little bit of scraps. And then, boast about it. And it's the spirit of Texas. Everywhere you go, there's spirits. And some are inviting and welcome, and some are kind and considerate. However, the spirit of Texas is the most bloated, pompous, egotistical, pride. It's a fucking joke. Its churches are a fucking joke. You know, its people are a fucking joke. You know, they sit there and cry when their kids get shot up in school, but they promote guns. And, you know, they're always playing victim when they're the aggressor. You know, when they get retaliated against or they get a taste of their own medicine, that's when they're a victim. They will be trapped by their own fucking borders. You know, everything they do is going to come back and smack them in the fucking face. And that's what I gotta say to Texas and all the inhabitants of Texas. And you know, I can leave Texas because I'm not an inhabitant or a native of Texas. And that's what I say. I'm of my own free will and I can move about as I want to, and I choose not to be in Texas. There's a lot that can't leave Texas no matter what. This is their death place. They might not realize it yet, but this is where their graves will be. And they will be a part of the wilderness of Texas. They will be, you know, like my grandma, she's a road runner, a vicious little bird, you know. My granddad's a coyote. You know, they played roles in my life. They're not really, you know, my grandparents. I've said that. You know, it's just, and they're predators. You know, that's what they are, is predators. And, you know, my mom, sometimes I think she's the devil in disguise, could be. And, you know, she's always trying to raise up the names of men. That's why I think she's a devil in disguise. Because I'm like, and I've told her, I was like, there's nothing good about the men in my family, or, you know, that have played the role in my family. They're all aggressive predators. You know, they're all hunters. They're all, you know, there's rattlesnakes, vipers, you know, all over the place. And I see them all over the place. And, you know, even though I show kindness and, you know, want to be helpful, I can see the truth of them because they're shown. You know, I get to see who they are underneath it all. And that's why I'm not going to join in union or vow to any in this world, because I don't want to be their mate in the next world. And that's why I say to y'all, it's better to be not married. Because when you vow to someone, it says death to you part. No, what you do is you might part in the skins, but you take on that wilderness. You agree to that animal-like instinct. You know, if you know someone's not right and you marry them just because you think it's the thing to do, then you're just an animal like them, or a plant. I have squirrel. That's my ancestors, is a squirrel. You know, the protector of tree of life. You know, I was told that my ancestor was a great squirrel that protected the tree of life and would sit there and taunt, you know, that those that gnawed at the roots, and it would, you know, speak to the heavens and tell the truth. And it just, and, you know, it was quirky and, you know, sarcastic, and this angered so many. And, you know, my ancestor never, it fought to the death for the tree of life. It stayed true in heart. And that's where I come from. You know, I'm always told that I had to pay for my ancestors', you know, mistake. And I was like, no, I know that my ancestor loved the tree of life, you know, the fruits of the spirit. And, you know, none of us are perfect. And, you know, we do lose our protection when we step out of line. However, that doesn't mean we ever stop loving or trying to protect what we love most. And, you know, I am fiercely loyal to those that I love. And until they show me the truth that they have no love for me, then I back up. Like, just with my children, I backed up because I learned the truth that they're venomous to me. But I was loyal to them and went through hell and kept on getting up after being knocked down. And finally, I let them go because I'm not going to take their blows. They're adults, they're grown, and I'm not taking their blows because they're coming against the tree of life after I have spoken truth to them. And, and then they criticize me. They throw stones at me. They've, their spirits have, come against me. And, when you have so many gang up on you because they want to feed into darkness and they want to keep the cycles going, they're not for you. They're not your family. And that's what I say. I'm of the heart of Christ. I am fierce when it comes to love and protecting what is right, speaking truth. I am not a daughter of man, and I am not a son of a bitch. So therefore, I'm not going to engage in marriage. They show me shit all the time. Like the other day I was watching, my mom's TV because I was down there, and I think that's why they forced me with the hot sun to see these images on TV so I would reconsider my mentality and to feed off my energy, of course. And I saw this wedding and, it was like this elaborate thing. And I just thought, what a crock of shit that is. I'm not interested in being married. If someone loves me, they love me. And that's all I got to say about that. But as to this world, I'm not interested in being a part of its marriage supper because I haven't been anywhere in this world that it's worth a fucking damn. All it is a flea bag that has no love for me and has always put me down. And, I'm just not interested. As for the sons of bitches, just because they build up their names doesn't mean they're anything to have. And those are those that you see on screens. The politicians, the celebrities, the sports stars, those are all sons of bitches. That's just the truth of it. And I'm not interested in the sons of bitches because all their prestige is nothing but filthy fucking rags that ain't worth 2 fucking cents. As for the daughters of men, well, and I've had the sons of, the sons of a bitch come to me and, they're always saying, well, what about women? And I was like, for one, I don't hang around the daughters of men because I'm not like them. Okay, and I have more to say about the sons of a bitch because they're the ones who keep on coming to me and expecting me to be their wife or their girlfriend or their mistress or their fuck friend. And, that is why I have more to say against, towards them and truth. And that's why they get pissed off and they're like, well, what about women? And I'm like, I don't have intimacy with women. I don't sit there and couple with the daughters of men. Yes, I know the daughters of men are forked tongue and charmers, and they'll say and do whatever it takes to be in certain positions, and they cry victim and they put on those tears. I know all about them. I'm not one of them. I'm not one of them. And they can come to me with their sob stories and stuff like that. I'm not going to be moved because you know what? I'm not playing hero and I'm not here to save a hoe. Now men, sons of a bitch are, they'll more than happy to play that hero part and save a hoe because they like those hoes. I carry the heart of Christ. Not a son or a daughter. I'm not gender confused either. I am who I am. I'm Wendy Dawn. I carry the heart of Christ. I have the highest crown. And I have outgrown such fools in this world. Sure, I would love, that I would love to have the one for me. For me in all ways, mind, body, heart, spirit. We connect on all levels. I would love that. However, I am not going to step down into the cesspool of the devil's playing field to pick of, the daughters of men or the sons of a bitch. And as for the only begotten son of the father, I'm not impressed. Because all he does is put on a show and put his name above others. I'm not impressed with the divine male, the devil. I'm not impressed by him. Because he's at the top. You're right, his name is above names. He's the king of all kings, the lord of all lords. He holds all them fucking titles, and guess what? I'm not impressed, because this world is a big fucking shithole. And that's what I say. I say to him, I'm like, I'm not interested in you. You don't impress me. As far as I'm concerned, you're a son of a bitch too. And that's just what I gotta say. Because anybody that raises a son to put himself on a pedestal is no mother. And I say, where did he even come from? Because if he came from love, then he must have rejected love in all ways. What happened there? Because I'm for love. I'm like, well, whatever he rejected, I gladly will receive. I will gladly receive love and wisdom and kindness and compassion. And I will gladly receive the mother of all. I'm not interested in the fathers of men, the daughters of men, the sons of bitches. I'm just not. But I'll gladly receive love. And I carry the heart of Christ. But, I'm not interested in being married to a tool or a flea bag. That's for damn sure. And as for watching everybody reap what they sow, it is what it is. Will their dark lord save them and deliver them from hell? I don't fucking know, and I don't care. I just know that I'm ready to go. I don't cry out to this dark lord to, save me. I call out to love because that's what I want. I want love. I want to be wrapped up in the arms of love, to be sheltered and protected by love. Because I know what love is, and love will fucking sacrifice. Because I did over and over again. I put myself through hell over and over again just for those I love until I was shown the truth of them and that I needed to stop torturing myself for assholes. And that's what I encourage all out there to do, is stop torturing yourself and putting yourself through suffering and pain for those that have no love for you. They're not going to fucking change. So let them go. And y'all are probably like, well, but Wendy, I love them. Well, yes, I know you love them. However, they're not going to fucking change. So why put yourself through hell for an asshole? I don't care if they're male or female. They're assholes. And what assholes give is shit. That never changes. An asshole is always going to produce shit. A dickhead is always going to want to fuck you. A cunt is always going to be smelly. So, leave it alone. And as for Texas, burn, you fucking cunt. Because I believe Texas, and all she is a big fucking cunt that's got no love. And everywhere that, there are fallen beings that have divided the land and sown discord among each other, each one of them has a spirit about them. They have divided the world like it's their own shit. And all the inhabitants of them are just like them. So, I want to be surrounded by love. That's what I say. I'm ready to be in a whole new world And I really don't give a fuck what happens to this one because it's just one big flea bag. That's just the truth. This world wants to burn up and go to hell and, be divided and, be a flea bag to man and their kind, to sons of bitches and daughters of men. And so fucking what? I ain't fighting for this shithole. And I say to those out there, don't go to war. Don't pick up arms to defend assholes or dickheads or cunts. Because what they got coming to them is coming to them. Don't put on a badge or police uniform or firefighter's uniform because you're just going to get burnt trying to save the stupid fucking assholes of this world. I say walk away from it. You see something burning, keep moving. There's a reason why it's fucking burning. Don't stay in those cities that are uninviting, that burn you up. Why the fuck are y'all holding on to this shit? It's not worth fucking holding on to. That's just like with my little cabin, and the spirit's about me. I'm like, I'm done fucking fighting. I am more than happy to let these season pass and head out in the spring. Because I don't want to be traveling in the wintertime. But spring is fine. And then you can just go back and forth. There's always, being spiritually led is better than staying in one spot trying to build up when all the spirits are coming against you. And when I say when the spirits are coming against you, they're the fucking insects, animals, the weather, everything is trying to move you from where you're at. And I'm like, you know what? I'm more than fine to be moved from where I'm at. And that's what I say the spirit's about me in the spirit of Texas. I'm like, I'm not interested in fucking your scraps, asshole. It is a privilege, and it truly is a privilege for me to be in a spot because I am loved, and everywhere I go, I will be protected. But when those spirits come against me, I'm like, I'll move, and I'll give them over to the hell that's coming. I'm more than happy to give Texas over to its fire, because that's what Texas is going to do. It's going to fucking burn. And that's what I say to Texas. You want to be a cunt? Then I will leave, and you will fucking burn. That's just truth. You want to give your all to those put men on pedestals. You want to be forceful. You want to, cut off my cannabis. You want to sit there and, keep on coming against me because I don't walk and talk and act like you do. Then fuck you, bitch. You fucking cunt. You can burn. Because you will burn. Your oil will fucking burn. I know the world lusts after your oil, but it's going to catch fire. Those things are going to explode because it's just going to get fucking hotter and hotter, and the water's going to dry up. I don't have to be here, and I'm not here to save a hoe. I'm not here for this. I see the bigger fucking picture. I might not see into the true spirit world, and I might not be able to see what's around me, but I see enough, and I know enough to understand that it's a bigger force trying to come against me because it doesn't like what I say, because I speak truth. So I tell that cunt, I was like, I'm more than happy to move because I'm tired of your fucking high temperatures. And I will gladly watch you fucking burn and all in it. I ain't here to save any. And that's what I gotta say. Everywhere I've went, the spirits have told me exactly what's coming. I have future sight. I can also tell people why the spirits are fucking pissed off and why things are going as they are. But you know what? They don't want to listen. They want to continue in their same fucking bullshit, and in their pride and ego put themselves above others and think their law and understanding of law and their system of justice is divinely protected when it's fucking not. And this is what I say. The devil may be for you, but that don't mean a fucking thing. You can praise his name, you can suck his dick, and I say to those out there, you can sit there and bow to the daughters of men and, you know, go after those prestige and have those boats and those big cars and go against what you know is truth, but you will reap hell and death. And don't think that the hearts of Christ are going to save you, or that your dark Lord's going to save you, because he cannot. Just because you pray somebody's name doesn't mean they're going to reach down and pull you up. This is the most disgusting display of blasphemy I've ever seen. Ever seen. And I know this isn't my first. This is just, I don't know why I'm having this life experience. However, I know that what is going on in this land is wrong on every fucking level, and I see it. And just because, you know, they're in different forms and they play different roles in my life doesn't mean I'm here to save a fucking one. I have not met one. Okay, I love my mom, but at the same time, she will reap what she sows. And I say to the devil, you keep on pushing me, you're going to fucking burn in all ways. And I don't care. Either straighten your shit up, clean up the fucking land, or burn. I don't care if you have red skin. I don't care if all around me have red skin. That's what redskins are. They're demons. There's a reason why they receive their red skin, because they go through the fire, because they sit there and mock truth and they pursue distraction. So to all those out there, I am not your friend. I'm not your enemy. I'm just here to speak truth. I carry the heart of Christ. Just because I'm loving, kind, compassionate, and considerate doesn't mean I'm here to save any fucking one. My messages, what I'm doing is throwing messages out there in a bottle to wake others up if they do not understand what the fuck is going on. But if they're asleep or just dead, there's not a fucking thing I can do. And I'm not here to be mocked or fucked or received praise or be put on pedestals, because nothing in this world is worth 2 fucking cents. And I'm not gonna fight for it. I'm not going to go kill myself and labor for it. I'm not going to whore myself out for it. I'm not going to get married for it. I am ready to leave this fucking world behind. And if it's not given freely in love, I don't fucking want it. I will gladly go through those doors that are open for me to receive help. However, I'm not going to sit there and lick an asshole or kiss ass to get anything in this world. That's no longer who I am. I made sure that that part of me is completely gone. I'm thankful, I'm grateful. However, I'm not going to sit there and bow down to any fucking body, because nobody is over me. And I don't put myself over others. I'm not going to call myself a queen. I'm not going to call myself a goddess. I'm not going to do any of that, because I don't believe in titles, and I don't believe any are above anybody else. I don't want to be worshipped. I don't want churches or temples built upon me. I don't want to, I don't want servants or slaves. I want those who gladly do for me and love. And that's what I say. And if it's not love, then what's the fucking point? Because you can have servants and slaves, and they will turn against you. They will. And that's what I say to those out there. You can sit there and hire people to be your yes men or do your shit. They'll work for you, but that doesn't mean that they'll be for you. They're only loyal to you as long as you're giving them that paycheck, or they're getting what they want from you. And when they can't, they'll sit there, they'll turn. They'll be vicious. So I'm not playing into the devil's game, because I'm not him. I'm not y'all's Lord, nor do I want to lord over a bunch of fucking stupid sheep. or save them. I don't like sheep. There's no point. They're a dumb, stupid animal that's fearful and they'll run off to wolves, and you have to constantly watch them and keep them. I'm not interested in keeping shit anymore. I'm really not. I have Izzy, but at the same time, she annoys the fuck out of me. And I love her and I treat her good, but at the same time, she annoys the fuck out of me. Because she's always trying to tear up my shit, or she nips at me. She's a little bitch. And that's what I say. Everything in this world is a fucking cunt or a son of a bitch. What is the point in trying to save that shit? Come on now, people. Come on, people now. Y'all ain't my brothers and you ain't my sisters and you don't carry the heart of Christ. And just because you say nice things don't mean you're for me. Just because you might be helpful doesn't mean you're for me. I'm helpful to others. But that doesn't mean I want to be for them. And I've always found that most people that, sit there and, try to counsel with you or whatever, they're not doing it out of love. They're just doing it because they think they feel obligated. And, I don't feel like putting on a fucking show for people anymore. I don't fucking care. I can be helpful and kind and stuff like that, but when it comes to their stories, their poor, pitiful, I'm going through this or whatever, I don't fucking care because I've been through it. Been there, done that. I don't fucking care. I do what I can to help out my neighbor, but I don't fucking care. I don't want to keep y'all. I don't want to be y'all's shepherd. I don't want to be your goddess. I don't want to be anything. I just want to be me and be free. I will speak truth, but I don't want to keep fucking idiots. And every time I'm shown that, I'm like, I don't want to fucking keep them. I don't want to keep them. I don't want to keep them. I don't want to fucking keep them. The spirits of this world have already shown me that they're the worst of the fucking worst. And I don't want to keep them. Because it's a pain in the ass. I don't want to move on past this world. I don't want to be head of this body. They're fucking idiots. And they always come against you. Always will they come against you. They will always try to compete against you. They will always want your fucking spot. Because it's the truth. They're conniving, manipulative little fucking beings. Because they're a seed of an asshole. And that's what they are. That's it. And I don't want to be, I don't want to be with an asshole. I have so many approach me that claim to be gods, and I'm like, no, what you are is just assholes. And they want, of course, a double relationship. What they want to do is drain me so they can go be for others. And I'm done with that. I don't want their children around me. I don't want to be in this world any fucking more. It's a world of the dead. Let it be dead. Let the spirits just be who they are. They don't need to be clothed in flesh, because all they do will eat up the world around them if they're clothed in flesh. They continuously do fucking evil because they come from evil. They don't need to be in the fucking flesh. They'll never be anything good. It'll be the same fucking cycle over and over again. And I'm not interested in watching over such heathens that don't fucking listen, that have no love for anyone. And I don't care. I don't want children anymore. I don't want to deal with fucking this shit. They have no respect for life. They have no love. They don't honor their mother or father. They're nothing but the seeds of the fucking devil. That's it. They're an abomination. I say they all need to go back to where they came from. There doesn't need to be many of them. They just need to go back to where they came from. To whoever brought them out. You know, the two beings that, you know, came together to multiply upon the earth. They need to just go back to that and be done. I don't want to keep this world with a bunch of fucking little wankers and spankers and cunts and fucking, and you know, I have this spirit that follows me around, and he's like, if you would just look at the world with different eyes. I'm like, I am not going to put on rose-colored glasses and, you know, see this any differently. It's fucking daughters of men and sons of a bitch, and the devil wants to keep it going because he likes getting his cock sucked and fucking all of them. That's just the truth. It's all a bunch of fornicators. People, those that put on a fucking show and a fucking fake ass face, say nice words. I'm just saying like it is. They're all fucking wretched beings. And yes, I acted like them for a while until I got back on my golden line. And I might not be perfect in this world. I might bring trespasses against it when I use my pesticides to fucking try to kill this shit around me. Because I want it fucking dead. And I don't care. You know, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to be free of the flesh and move on. I know who these beings are outside the flesh. They're nothing good. And they will always lust after life. That's just what they do. They're little wretched creatures. And I'm not interested in them at all. Or their daddy. All these witches have fought over the, you know, him because this world or whatever. And I'm like, I'm not fucking interested because he's a fucking idiot. The God of gods is nothing. And that's how I say, just let them go to their grave. Let it just be filled with spirits. I don't need them around me. I don't need the flesh around me. I'm ready to go. There's nothing in this world that I lust after or want. There's no love here. And if it's not love, then it's a waste of my fucking time. And all truth. It's a waste of my fucking time because it's not what I want. It's not my heart's desire. It's not worth fighting for. And I'm in not competition with anybody. And that's what I say to those bitches out there. You can fucking have the devil. And I don't want your sons. There is not going to be any marriage. There's not going to be a wedding supper because y'all are all going to fucking die. And I'm not going to sit there and be married and give up my energy of my heart to the fucking devil because I just want him to fucking die. And that's just the truth. You know, if y'all all fucking die, then I can see the truth of who is actually living around me, who actually is a heart of Christ. Even if my flesh goes away, I'm still living. The rest of y'all will just be fucking ghosts. I'm alive in all ways. Mind, body, heart, spirit. I'm not a ghost. And that's what I say. And as for the trash of this world, it's just fucking trash. Everybody's fighting over it and blowing it up. And they act like their cars and shit are just worth something. It's all fucking trash, people. It's all fucking trash. All of it. It has no value whatsoever. The only value it has is because y'all dumbasses have put the value on it. And you give yourselves as servants and slaves to have it. I'm not going to do that. Because if it's not freely given, then what's the fucking point? Because it's trash. 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 And you know, I might enjoy my little toys and stuff, which I'm getting fucking tired of. Because the spirits are assholes. They think they're entitled. They think just because they put themselves on TV or speak a message that they're something fucking good. And they're not. They're little fucking wankers. Like, let me tell you something. This little bean right here was a fucking little asshole in life. Okay? Full of shit. That's why they're colored the way they are. Greed, gluttony, pride. White is not anything. It doesn't mean purity. It just means they walked around as cold. There was nothing to them. They just got up and done a task every day. You know, the penguins they look the way they do for a reason. Everything in this world that has ever been, don't matter if it's on screen, 3D, 2D world, whatever it is, you know, it's always coming with a nice message or whatever. They're all fucking assholes. All of them. This world is the underworld, and it's filled with fucking assholes. Nobody's good in this world, so you don't have to cry over them because they're all assholes. Sure, you can have love in your heart, but remember, you have love for a complete asshole, so don't expect them to be perfect, because you're not perfect out there. I carry the heart of Christ. And I used to bend over backwards for these little bitty idiots, these assholes in the world, that had no love for me. And there's the hearts of Christ, those that carry love in their heart, and then there's all else. There's no fucking gray area. You are either a light being come into this world to be a light, to share love, to minister upon others, or you're of the fucking darkness. And those of darkness might have a sweet little message. Okay, they might go, oh, be caring and sharing and blah, blah, blah. But as soon as they're done, you know, preaching that message, they're off playing in the world. They're all lying, conniving, cheating, manipulating to get what they want. Because they like to eat of the world. They're all about material possessions, fleshliness. When it comes to others' words, watch their fucking actions and see what they do. You know, a lot of people are like, well, you know, they get misled because they're just listening to the words and being charmed by words, but they're not watching the actions of those. If you feel like someone doesn't love you and they don't show you that they love you, or it's not a daily thing, someone who loves you will show you daily that they love you. And if they don't love you, then and you feel like they don't love you, then they don't fucking love you. They're just trying to manipulate you with your words. And a lot of people have fucking words. They do. They have tons of words. And that's what I say out there. You know, that's why I'm not trying to advertise anything or sell y'all anything. I don't want a fucking thing from y'all. I speak from the heart of Christ. And I have love for all. However, I'm not catering to assholes any fucking more. I'm not putting on a self-righteous clothing or face. I will say fucky fuck fuck fuck, and I will move as I want to. But guess what? I ain't out there fornicating. I ain't trying to draw in a man's eye to feed off of him. I know who I am. I ain't putting on a show of righteousness. I am who I am. And I don't give a fuck if people think I'm good. I don't care if they like what I say. I don't care if they like how I move. I am who I am. But as for these little fucking little assholes, oh, they're so cute. They are. They're so cute. But they're little fucking assholes. So they're not worth killing yourself over. If they don't come to you freely and be for you, they're not worth it. You know, I know I get excited when I, you know, might find them at a garage sale or whatever like that, but they don't come freely to me anymore. And, you know, they have become such assholes, you know, and they're mass produced. They go to every fucking body. Don't think you're special because you find something, because they sit there and draw their energy from every fucking body around. That's because they're of the dead. And they're just false images. They might look cute, but what they are is they are of the dead and they're damned. And I say to them, y'all might be cute, but you're not coming with me. Y'all might play roles and stuff like that, but you're of the dead. And there's nothing good about y'all, so you need to get over your fucking self. And to those that have played roles of family and friends and shit like that, y'all need to get over yourself too. Because my life, since I've come into this world or can remember it, it's been a shitty one. And even though I love others, I was abused in childhood. I was bullied. I have been just treated like trash in this world. And I say, I'm fucking done. And I'm not going to put on rose-colored glasses and, you know, act like a fucking dumb bitch. I'm not fucking Barbie. I am Wendy Dawn. the one and only Winnie Dawn. And I say, I want love. And if you ain't got no fucking love to give, then what good are you? Because you ain't for love. You ain't for the heart of Christ. And I don't give a fuck what you did in your life experiences or what you had, because it's all fucking garbage. All of it. And I say out there to those that are crying and whining because you might have, been dislocated or whatever, your family or friends or whatever might have turned against you. So fucking what? Keep moving forward, because they're all fucking assholes and they're not worth crying over. Trust me, they're not worth crying over. Or you don't have to trust me. Be for yourself. Be for your heart. Grow in mind. Be independent. And that's not harsh. You can sit there, be kind and considerate and helpful to those around you, but you don't have to fucking serve them or be a servant. You don't have to put your life on the line to be for those that are not for you. Help those as they help you. If you see someone hungry, give them a fucking sandwich. You don't have to sit there and cry about it. You don't have to jump through hoops for them, because they have avenues and doors for them too. Even the wicked in this world receive love, whether they fucking deserve it or not, so that you don't have to feel sorry for them, because there's a reason they're in that position. It's so they need to grow up and learn. And this world is in apocalypse right now, in a tribulation, because all are assholes in it. So if your life is not going according to plan, it's because your life plan was nothing good. If you're going through tribulation, learn your fucking lesson so you can move past tribulation. I'm learning my lesson right now that I don't want to fucking be in Texas anymore, and I'm not going to be in Texas anymore, because I don't have to be a part of this karmic cycle. And if my mom wants to stay here, then okay, but that doesn't mean I want to be here. So I will move on, because I'm tired of this shit. And you wonder why people keep on going through the same situation they are, because they're repeating the same fucking cycles. They're trying to hold on to stuff they don't need to be fucking holding on to, and they need to get over themselves. Those that call themselves Christians are blasphemous, because there's nothing Christ-like about them. Christ-like means to be loving, kind, compassionate. It doesn't mean that you sit there and wear certain clothes, go to a church, and put on a fucking display. So I say to all those that go to churches, your houses will be knocked down, every fucking single one of them. And that includes your church houses and your bodies, because you're just being blasphemous and putting yourself on a pedestal when you're not. And all those that support those fucking idiots and keep on going there are going to, the rod's coming fucking down, y'all dumbasses. Stop. Stop praising a Lord's name that you don't even know who the fuck it is. Stop praying to a God. You can ask for help. You'll be loving, kind. You will receive what you put out there. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. I speak truth. I'm kind. I put love out there because that's what I want. That doesn't mean I put my body out there, but I put love out there. I do try to be helpful and kind. However, I'm done hurting myself for others. I'm done trying to prove myself. I'm done trying to, I'm done letting other people put a price tag on me, saying if, what I'm worth an hour or whatever. No, I am who I am, and I am fucking priceless in all ways. I am loved. I have yet to run into another like me that's full of love and compassion. What I do is run into a bunch of fake assholes trying to play a role. So anyways, this is my hour session of just putting it out there. And I hope it's helped somebody. I really do. I hope that what I say and what I, put out there helps others grow. Anyways, I'm kind of counting down the clock because I want it to be a full hour. So I'll just kind of peacock for the camera. Vogue. Anyways.